Welcome to another video tutorial with Kukura Capital. This is our video tutorial called Introduction to Forex, where we'll be introducing you to the Forex market, how it works and what it's about. Now, first and foremost, it's really important that we do mention that the Forex market is the largest market that there is, trading about 4.4 trillion US dollars every single day. Now, that's an exciting number because it means that there's a lot of chance and opportunity for you to make a lot of money in this market. Now, the Forex market originally wasn't that easy to trade. You had to physically actually buy these notes, go to the bank, and to be honest, it wasn't really for individuals. It was for big players in the market such as banks, speculators, and investors. But gratefully, because of the digital revolution, we can all take part in this Forex market with as little as much as money that we have. So basically, what is the Forex market? It is just the trade of currencies. Now, we're going to discuss this more and more once we actually start taking a look at our metaphor trading platform, but the general idea is that you're trading currencies. Now, the reason that currencies are quoted in pairs is because you're simultaneously buying one and selling one at the same time, and we're going to be discussing this further in our video tutorial. Now, it's really important that by the end of this tutorial you know how to start trading, you know how to get your platform, you know how to use your platform, and we're also going to discuss a basic trading strategy that will allow you to start trading from today. So the very first thing, just to dive into everything, we want to get our metaphor trading platform, which is what you use to actually trade your Forex currency pairs, because you no longer have to actually go and buy these. You don't have to go to the bank, buy physical notes. You can do this all electronically, which is absolutely fantastic because it just makes everything so much quicker, it's so much easier, and that's fantastic because that's what you need in this market, because it's such a fast moving market that time literally is money. So what you do, you can choose between 3 brokers in South Africa. Now, we've chosen brokers that we personally have experience with and know that are trustworthy and reliable. So you can choose between JP Markets, TDM Markets, or IG Trading. Now, amongst the 3, my favorite is JP Markets, just because there's no minimum, so you can literally deposit as little amount of money as you want. If it be 10 rand, if you that's what you feel that you want to trade, you can trade 10 rand, 100 rand, 200 rand, 1,000 rand, 400,000, as much as you want. With TDM Markets, there is a minimum. I'm just gonna open these websites so you can actually have a look. Okay, I already opened IG Trading. With TDM Markets, it's a minimum of 1,000 US dollars deposit, which, speaking roughly, is about 13,000 rand, which is quite a hefty amount of money if you are a beginner. And I don't recommend trading such large amounts if you have never traded in the Forex market or have no background whatsoever in trading. Rather start small, build your confidence, build your account, build your portfolio, build your skill set, and then increase the amount of money that you're going to be trading. Now, with IG Trading, they're fantastic. I really have to say that they host really nice seminars on Saturdays every second week. So if you're ever free, you can also have a look at that. Go to their seminars. They're really useful, very helpful, very credible. The only thing with opening an account with IG is they really do have a vetting system that is quite intense. It does ask you how many years you've been trading, how much experience you have with the market, how much money you earn, and how much of that you can actually afford to be trading. So if you aren't really in a position where you can, answer those questions and build confidence in them that you actually should be trading or something like that, then you won't really be able to pass the vetting system, and they won't allow you to open a live account. Now, the reason that they do this is obviously because there is a risk in trading. We can't avoid that, and the last thing that they want is somebody trading their last dying cent, or somebody who's trading their retirement money who doesn't have the experience and now is at risk of losing it all simply because they haven't actually taken the time to learn about it. And also, it's just a high risk. If you're going to be trading your last dying cent or your rent money, it's not a good idea. You need to trade when you're confident and have a good understanding of what's happening. That's when you can take those big risks in the market. But when you're starting, you want to start small and build up your confidence and your trading skill set. So back to my preferred favorite, it has to be JP Markets. So opening an account is really straightforward, really simple. You go onto the website, be it TDM or JP Markets, and then you can go to platforms, or you can go to start trading. It's pretty much the same thing. based on what your agenda is to open a live account, which is basically a real account, or a demo account, you just click on that, and then you're going to get these options, and you simply now have to enter in your details. So you click open live account or open a demo account. Now, highly advised, if you're just starting, obviously your best thing to do is to open a practice account. Open that practice account and treat it like you're trading some real money, that money that you really put in there. The only reason a lot of people fail when it comes to the demo accounts is because they start to not treat it with respect. They trade carelessly, they trade recklessly, they don't use the right skill set, and they start to develop bad habits, and these bad habits now start to carry through in their real trading. And obviously, if you haven't instilled good habits of trading, you're definitely not going to be profitable. So once you click on that, you're going to see all you have to do, enter in your details. You can choose which currency you want to be using. You can choose between the US dollar and the South African rand, and that is what amount your balance will be kept in, or what amount you'll be trading in. Obviously, preferably the US dollar. When you trade even in rands, it will be converted to your dollars and deposited. It will be traded $2 and deposited in your account as American dollars. So it's up to you to decide. You just simply place in your details, press submit, and then these login details will be emailed to your account. Once they're emailed to you, do write them down, keep them on a piece of paper. That way you can keep a record of one trading account, opposed to having about 20 different trading accounts, and you don't even know if you're being profitable or successful. Now, with JP Markets, you do have the luxury of being able to open as many demo accounts. I haven't seen any limitations on that. But with TDM Markets, you can only open one demo account with one email address. So once you finish that deposit, it's over. But ideally, you don't want to be someone who's so reckless that you're opening 10 demo accounts because you keep, just diminishing them with reckless trading. If you want to open a live account, it's the same procedure. You enter your details and you'll be given your login details. So what happens is, in most instances, when you open a real account, you automatically get a demo account, because they are promoting the idea that you must practice first before you go into a real account. And even if you have a real account and you deposit your money, does not mean you have to trade in that account necessarily. Now, once you've got the details, you're getting details not just for an account with JP Markets, but you're also getting details to have a platform and to be able to log in. So what happens is that you need to download what we call a metaphor trading platform. Now, we're going to be discussing in this video tutorial how to use this platform. Absolutely fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Now, in the case that you're downloading for a Windows computer, you simply just go to download metaphor trading platform, click that, and then you're going to go to the desktop icon, click that, and it's going to download, and it won't take longer than a minute or two to download and install. You just simply click on this button. Now, in the instance that you're downloading for another laptop that is not your Windows, maybe you're downloading for Macintosh or for a Linux software based computer, what you can do instead is you can download this application called Wine Butler, and as you can see, we're also installing it here. You just click this Wine Butler app, and then if you go to downloads, you see there's this already there metaphor trading platform. You click install and it will install for you. It will take a bit longer, maybe 10 minutes to install, and then you just have it now on your platform. Now, this is really great because prior to that, it was almost impossible to get this platform on any other computer that was not Windows. However, that being said, it is highly recommended to trade on a Windows computer. Now, the reason being that it is built for Windows, and most brokers will have a platform that's compatible with Windows. Now, not all brokers will have an identical platform for your Macintosh or Linux software, so you do have to be cautious of that. Downloaded your metaphor trading platform and you open it, it looks something like this. Now, if it's the very first time that you open it, matter of fact, you're actually going to have multiple charts on your screen. And the way that you just focus on one is just by clicking on the maximize button, and you have one chart in the center of your window, and at the top you notice that you have 3 2 balls, a market watch, and a navigator, and right at the bottom you have what we call your terminal, in which allows you to monitor the trades that you entered, your account history, and check the balance of your account. So first and foremost, we're just going to discuss the different features on this metaphor trading platform, so that way you're actually able to use it. Now, if you can see here, you have your file, and under file you're able to open a new chart. Now this is just one way to open a new chart using your metaphor trading platform. You can simply click on that, and then you can choose from either these currency pairs that are here, or if you want all of them. For TDM it's .DMA, for JP markets it's FX16. So you'll be able to access all the available currency pairs that you want to trade, and you just double click on whichever one you want. Now here we just chose at random the Euro Australian dollar. Now the default settings are this color scheme. Now you can see now I'd already manipulated it to what I felt comfortable with, and I'm going to show you how you do that. You just right click and you go to properties, and you choose the color scheme that you feel that you'd like. If it's yellow and black, you can do that. If you want black and white, you can choose that. Now if you want to change the actual color of your candles, you can do that by simply just clicking, choosing the colors. Now in this case I want to make my bullish candles green and my bearish candles red. Now this is really important, and what we've done, we've actually compiled some notes in PowerPoint form that are available on our website. If you go to the Kukura Capital website and you click on the PowerPoints on the home page, the PowerPoint presentations, you'll be sent to our PowerPoint library that's on SlideShare. And what happens is we upload notes and information, just extra content to complement the video tutorials that we've done for the week. Now in this instance, we've already uploaded the notes on the introduction to Forex trading and how to make money in the Forex trading market. And every Friday we release new PowerPoints, and this Friday we're going to be releasing about currency pairs, how to read them, the different categories, because you have your majors, your minors, and exotic pairs. And also just so you get a good understanding, such as your base and your quotes. Now just to briefly discuss that, now for example, I'm going to just do the Euro USD because it's the most traded currency pair in the world. Now in this example, you have your base currency being the euro, because whatever is on your left hand side is your base currency, and whatever on your right hand side is your quote currency. And as we have mentioned, when you're trading Forex, you're simultaneously buying your base and selling your quote currency. So that is why they're quoted in pairs. You have your base, which is the one you're buying, and your quote, which is what you're selling. Now in a future video tutorial, we'll be discussing the difference between selling and buying. For now, we're just going to focus on, we're just going to simplify it. Buying is obviously when you're in an uptrend and your price is going up, and selling is when you're in a downtrend and your price is going down. Now our video tutorials are not just about introductions to Forex trading or buying your options or the stock market or trading ETFs. It's also about how to actually trade these in a profitable way. So what we're going to be doing, we're also going to in the future having technical analysis series where we discuss different technical indicators. We actually plan to go through all the different indicators on your metaphor trading platform. After that, we'll be discussing fundamental analysis, how to use that in your trading strategy, and from there we'll be discussing different strategies, and we'll be continuing to develop our skill set and going to more advanced things such as price action trading. So there's a lot that's going to be happening with these videos, and every Tuesday we'll be releasing new videos, so you must be on the watch for that. Now in terms of our metaphor trading platform, just discuss the basics because it's so important. So we've discussed how to add a new currency pair. You go to new chart, or alternatively you can go to your market watch, choose the currency pair that you want. For example, if you want the, I think this is great, British pound and New Zealand dollar, you just, okay, it's some other currency, and then you just drag and click it to the screen. Now let's actually choose something that we know. If you want your Euro USD, you just click that, drag it, and it goes to the screen. Now just to simply recap again, if you want to change the property, the color scheme of your chart, you just go to properties, color scheme, and if you want to change the color of your actual bars, you just click on the relative bar. Now if you want, now we have to discuss this. Now a bullish bar is something that represents a positive movement and increase. Now a bullish trend is also an uptrend where your price is going up. Now in our notes we do go in depth of the difference between bullish and bearish, and it's really important that you do note that in the comments section we have placed the links for these PowerPoints so that you can also go and be get more informed about this. And our PowerPoints are really simple, and they're no longer than 10 slides, so it's fantastic. Everything is summarized yet very informative. So if you want to change the color, you just go to your whichever candle you want to change, click on that, and then you have a different color scheme, and then you simply press OK, and now you can see you have red and green. But that's not as important as how to use the other tools on your metaphor trading platform. Now we know how to add a new chart. Now if you want to insert indicators, which is quite important, especially if you're going to be using a lot of technical analysis, you can go to insert indicators, and you can see that you have these ones. These are just placed alphabetically, but there's so much more, and they're based on categorization. Now we will be explaining this obviously down the line. Different indicators are categorized according to what information they actually are telling you what it's about. So indicators that tell you about the trend of your currency, the movement, the price action, how it's moving, what trend it's going up, down, or sideways. You have these indicators. Those that are oscillators are obviously categorized under oscillators, and those that can't be categorized are under custom. And so you just choose whichever indicator that you want. You simply just click. In this case, we're just gonna go for our moving average, which is actually a very long topic, and we're going to be discussing that in the future. There's so many things you can do with the moving average, but in this case we're just going to keep it on 20, and we're going to use a simple one. Do note that we'll be having a video tutorial just about moving averages, because they are so fantastic and they do deserve the respect and explanation that does come with moving averages. They're actually one of the most used indicators for the reason that they're relatively accurate, and they're good for consistency in profits if you are trading, and a lot of people do include them in their trading strategy. Now at the end of this video tutorial, we will be discussing a very simple strategy for beginners that you can use and start practicing and start getting a hang of Forex trading. So once you now know how to apply your indicators, it's quite important that you also know how to apply some of these drawing tools. Now for me, it's really important because I use price action trading a lot, so I need to be able to draw my support and resistance lines, and I use this horizontal tool, which just allows me to draw lines wherever necessary. If you no longer want it, you just right click and then delete. So that's really up to you. And then that's pretty much your charts. If you want candlesticks, this is really important because the default feature when you open a chart is these bar charts, and not many people really use them, because chart analysis is really important with candlesticks. It allows you to actually know, for most parts, especially when you can analyze it, when to enter a trade and when not to. Specific things like these long wicks are normally the indication of a trend reversal, and especially if there's a support or resistance line here, that would be a good indication whether to sell or buy. But don't worry, we will be discussing this in our future video tutorials. Now in terms of our tools, there's not much here that you need to know. Windows is just basically if you want to have more than one, to see more than one chart, you can click that. But for the most part, you want everything to be visible and clear. When you are starting, it is advised not to really exceed more than 2 currency pairs. Rather focus on one even, and become a master of that. And once you've mastered a certain currency pair, then obviously you can add on others. And the reason is you're going to see that doing Forex trading is not just about reading your charts, it's also about fundamental analysis, and it can be quite tricky if you're a beginner to actually keep track of everything that's happening. So that is basically the basics of how to use this trading platform. In terms of your time frames, you change them either using this bar here. You can choose some 5 minutes. Basically the basics of how to use this trading platform. In terms of your time frames, you change them either using this bar here. You can choose from 5 minutes, 1 minute to 1 month. That's the maximum on a standard metaphor trading platform. And I have to say that a lot of people unfortunately are trying to sell this trading platform. It's really important to emphasize this now. It is absolutely for free. Metaphor trading platforms are universal. There is no such thing as a magic trading platform that's going to do for you fantastic things. They simply do not exist. So if somebody tries to sell to you a metaphor trading platform, normally when you see a change, a crossover between these two lines in your stochastic, it is an indication that you're having a change in your trend. And as you can see here, we're having our third confirmation that we're now in a downtrend, as our blue line is below the red line, which is also an indication of a downtrend. And as soon as we see a change, is an indication of an uptrend. So now we have 3 confirmations, so this would have been a good entry point. And a good exit point would obviously be when we start to see a crossover in like approximately, okay, this is also called our crosshair tool, which shows you how many pips you can make, and that number is shown in the middle, but originally it's in points, which is 742 points, and then you just divide that by 10, giving you 74.2 pips. And now depending on what volume you were trading at, if you were trading at a small volume of maybe 1 rand per pip, that would have been 74 or 75 rand. If you're trading at the 10 rand per pip, that would be 750. If you obviously you're trading at like 100 rand a pip, that would now be about 7,500. So it really just depends on things like that. Obviously in your demo account, you'll be able to see how successful you are by either an increase or a decrease in your amount in your account. Now obviously here again we have that a nice uptrend, but we did get a confirmation. We have now I'm just showing you here again, just to show you that this is a simple strategy that does work. So in this instance, you see that we have our moving average now is below, it changes here, it's now below our chart, which shows us now we're in an uptrend, and then here we see that our MACD is now above the 0. So I'm just going to draw an arrow there. So now we have 2 confirmations, then we just need a third one, and then insert arrow, and then here we have our blue line is above as well. So we just put our arrow. So now we have 3 confirmations to enter, and as we can see, if we had entered this nice uptrend, we would make a profit about, let's just say if we exited here, 916 points, 91.6 pips, which depending on your volume could be 90 rand, 900 rand, or 9,000 rand, or even more. So that's why it's really important. Start practicing. Thanks for watching this video tutorial with Kukura Capital. Next week we'll be watching a video tutorial on how to start trading binary options, and the week after that we're going to show you how to enter the stock market. So do stay tuned.